Can you actually afford to purchase a home in New Braunfels today? Properties seem more and more expensive every single day. So, how is it that we can actually purchase homes in today's market? I understand things seem very expensive right now, and it's really hard to bring that into reality for a lot of people. It's really hard for me to be able to tell somebody you can't really afford the average home. So, what we're going to do in this video today is we're going to go over the average home prices. We're going to actually take a look at some of the homes on the market today and the average price point, and I'm going to be going over the numbers, what you need to make in order to afford one of these homes today. By the way, if you're active duty or if you're a veteran, you have a very, very unique advantage in today's market. So make sure to stick around for that because it's how a lot of my clients are looking for properties today, and it's highly, highly effective. I remember shortly after moving here from California, looking around my neighborhood and seeing quite a few for sale signs in the community. And I was thinking to myself that, like, I think I made a mistake. I think that I timed my move completely wrong. I paid way too much for my house. Prices went down. City's been having water issues. People are having a difficult time with selling their properties in the first place because there's so much inventory here in New Braunfels. So with that, prices have gone down. The dream of moving to Texas felt more like a situation where we were in a great place, but at a bad time. But it was a temporary moment of weakness, like going after that donut after swearing that you're going to go on that diet. I actually took a look at what was going on and what the situation really looked like. I got a great price. I got a great deal, and my interest rates at that time were significantly lower than what they are today. In reality, this is a moment of opportunity for a lot of people. Home ownership is more in reach today than it has been for a very long time, as long as you know how to play the game right. A lot of people know this, and I'm sure that you do, but it's worth repeating the fact that you don't need a 20% down payment in order to purchase a home. You don't need that trust fund. You don't need that $1 million lottery ticket, and you don't need to sell your feet pics for $2.99 a piece online. It's attainable now. You have different programs out there that help you purchase a home. You have the FHA program where you're doing 3.5% down payment. And if you're a vet, of course, 0% down with no mortgage insurance as well. So it's significantly less expensive for you to purchase a home if you're a veteran today. By the way, all you need to do in order to get that VA loan is sign up. You just sign away 4 years of your life and you got it within 90 days. So you're good. That's it. If you didn't know that you didn't need 20% down, congratulations, you're that much closer. All right, so let's get into it. An average home here in New Braunfels costs $363,000. You can see it on your screen right now. I'm going based off of Zillow because they're actually pretty accurate with these numbers, but we're actually going to search on a different site called Redfin because I just prefer it. So as of right now, within the $350,000 to $375,000 range, we have 153 homes available. But that includes new construction. And there's a technique with new construction, but we're going to go into resale first and then new construction. Okay. So just so you guys know, that's what we're going to be doing right now, just so we can narrow down all of the noise because there's a lot of listings available right now. So we're going to declick by owner and we're going to declick, which nobody should be selling by themselves. So the only one that I'm going to have selected here is listing type by agent. And you see total of 64 homes. So let's narrow it down. Let's go west side of I-35 and let's sort this by price, high to low. Let's get as close to that $363,000 range. Okay, we have this house here at $362,500. It's a 3-bed, 1-bath. More than likely, young family is going to be purchasing this type of property, 1,200 square feet, specifically with a 1-bath. You more than likely don't have a kid. But let's take a look at the photos here. Again, this is not my listing. This is listed by someone else. So keep that in mind. And a little bit of a digital staging here. Looks pretty good. Pretty open concept. You got hard floors. You have a decent sized backyard, living space, kitchen here. Looks like it was recently renovated. 262,000. This is pretty solid. Let me know. Would you guys purchase something like this? I think that's a pretty sweet property for that price. Again, you'd have to look into the neighborhood. One bathroom is pretty limited. So let's look at something else that is a little bit more suitable to what we are looking for. Let's do for a young family in this price range here. So let's look at something close to what a lot of people would be looking for. Let's take a look at this 4-bedroom, 3-bath. It's 2,100 square feet. So you're getting a lot of house here in this one. And let's see how big the lot is. The lot is 6,534 square feet. So if you're looking for a home that has a bit more space, this probably isn't the one for you. But let's take a look at the photos. More than likely, this is going to be for a young family. You have 4 bedrooms, 3 baths, 2,123 square feet. Very specific. But you have the 6,500 square foot lot here. So let's take a look at the property and see what it would look like. And this is not my listing. This is someone else's listing. So keep that in mind. I'm just trying to show you what's available on the market today. This is upstairs, carpeted rooms and digital staging here. So it looks pretty good. Oh, pretty decent size bathroom. I think this is the primary bath, primary walk-in closet. There you go. Bedroom 2. Okay, they got creative with the bedrooms. Okay. So you can see some of the styling there. You probably change it up for $363,000. Yeah, you can make something happen. I think this is going to be something that a lot of people would want to take advantage of. Laundry room, hopefully upstairs, decent sized yard. Yeah, you have a yard. And looks like you have a community pool, community center, you have a community park. Yeah, an Olympic sized pool, splash pad. Where is this one specifically? Pointing out the area as well. It looked like green. So you're right next to HEB Plus off of 35. So easy access to the highway. I think that's a pretty decent property. Hopefully gives you guys a perspective. Before we go into new construction, I want to show you guys what the pricing will look like and how you can manipulate the website to show you what the pricing would look like. All right, let's take a look. Okay, so we're going to go down here to the payment calculator. Automatically, the down payment is going to go to 20%. We're going to change this 20%. Let's say you're doing an FHA loan to 3.5%. That's what the payment would look like, $3,412 per month. That's going to include everything: HOA fees, taxes, homeowners insurance, mortgage insurance. If you want to be more accurate with property taxes, you're going to want to go onto the city website. Sometimes, and I try to do it for this property, sometimes the rate's not going to come up and you'd have to do kind of math. And I am arithmetically challenged. So yeah, to make sure that that information is correct, you go to the city website, you do the math, and you put in the property tax rates. What they have here is 1.95, and they have a rate for homeowners insurance at 0.88% and mortgage insurance 0.75%. So pretty on brand for everything, pretty on point with everything. So now let's look at new construction. Okay, so the closest I can get here is 363,990. I'm assuming that that's the starting price for one of these homes, and this is by DR Horton specifically. So one of the things that you want to pay attention to is that more than likely this is the starting price. It's not going to include what's called a lot premium. So there's usually a price to having a better lot, or maybe some of the upgrades, and usually it's upgrades that you want. And there's a lot to go through with new construction, and I have new construction videos that you guys can watch and see what pricing looks like and the home tours and things like that. So these listings that they have on there are just to promote the fact that they have this type of layout. So what you go onto here with this specific calculator, let's do this one at 0% down with a VA home buyer. So let's do 0 down. And what that does, it removes the mortgage insurance. So that line that you saw there is not here anymore. So 0% down, it's 3215 for this specific property, mainly because you're not putting any funds down as a down payment. So it's different from what we saw in the previous property in that price range. Usually FHA and VA rates are relatively the same. And this one doesn't have the HOA dues on there as well. I'm sure that there's an HOA fee in this community. So yeah, hopefully that gives you guys a perspective if you look at any of these new construction sites. Now, the caveat with new construction is that more than likely they are offering incentives. So With builder incentives, it allows you to go into the property with a lower interest rate, or they pay for your closing costs. Things like that are very, very possible with new construction. The advantage really right now is with new construction. So if your price range is in the 360s for a typical resale home, you can actually bump that price range up to maybe the 370s, 380s, 390s, maybe even 400, depending on the different incentives that they have, and depending on what the incentives really are. Is it a permanent buy down? Is it a temporary buy down? If it's temporary, right now we don't know what rates are going to be in the next couple of years. If you don't know what a temporary buy down is, go ahead and ask me that question. My information is down in the comments and the description below, and ask me that question so I can explain the entire process for you. I'm not here to be salesy or anything like that. It's just a lot of information to give, and this isn't the purpose of this video. So, yeah, when it comes down to it, there's different types of incentives that are available from builders. They can pay down your interest rate, they can pay for your closing costs, they can even lower the pricing as well. I've been seeing a lot of builders lowering the pricing. But a lot of the times they'll say, yeah, yeah, we have an incentive $20,000, but they also have the ability to lower the purchase price, but they're not going to tell you that. They're going to tell you it's $20,000. Congratulations, you have $20,000. But they have a back end incentive that also allows you to purchase the property for less money as well. So you can offer less and also get that incentive depending on the situation. That's where we come in to negotiate those things for you. So if you're interested in purchasing new construction, feel free to reach out to us directly. Hopefully that gives you a better perspective as to what you can afford, what the average home goes for here in New Braunfels. And just to give you a further perspective on this, anything below that average, so I'm filtering $363,000 and below, there are 365 homes available under the average home price. So there is opportunity, there is availability, and that is just on the resale market. That's not including new construction. So yes, there's a lot of opportunity for a lot of people out here. Prices have been going down significantly. Okay, so if you're a buyer in today's market, you have a very, very high advantage in today's market. I don't think people realize, like, it's a buyer's market. Buyers aren't realizing that. And people are scared to purchase right now, but in hindsight, people will see that today is one of the better times to purchase a home. And you might be in my situation where you purchase maybe not at the very bottom of the bell curve in the market, but you're there and you're going to feel a little bit of buyer's remorse. But then you're going to see prices shoot up tomorrow and the next day as interest rates go down. So you purchased at this lower price and then interest rates go down and then you refinance. And then all of a sudden you have that lower purchase price plus that lower interest rate. You're winning. This is how you play the game. So if you want to text me sweet nothings at 3 a.m., my contact information is in the description. It's in the pinned first comment. And let's make this a reality for you. As always, stay vigilant, stay fit, stay savage. And I'll see you in the next video.